Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. I'm going to be sharing with you a story of something that happened with a Florida couple who says that they faced discrimination when they had their home appraised because of the wife's race. Now, this was a black woman who is married to a white man. And so let me tell you what happened in this case here. When they met with the appraiser, they came in, they saw all of the pictures of the family on the walls, including their 6-year-old son. They had a bookshelf with black authors and African American anthologies, all prominently displayed in the house. Horton, who is an attorney, met with their appraiser in their 4-bedroom home, 4-bathroom ranch-style home that she shared with her husband, who's a painter. The Hortons thought that the appraised value of the home was very shockingly low compared to the comparables in the area. And get this, even the bank thought that this was very low, and they were surprised as well. And so it clicked in their minds almost immediately that something else was going on here, that there was another issue here. This is what Abina said. She added that her reactions was a big eye roll that followed with that. This person is being so petty and hateful, and he's wasting my time, she said. Why did I let myself forget that I live in America as a black person and that I need to take some extra steps to get a fair result? Now, I want to share something real quick. We went through something very similar in Michigan. As a matter of fact, several times. We used to be real estate investors, so we experienced this several times. But on a personal level, with our primary residence in Michigan as well. This is when we were, into all of the real estate stuff. This was a long time ago. But we know exactly what this feels like because we had an appraiser come out to our home when we lived in Belleville, Michigan. And he walked around the house. The house was comparable to some of our neighbors who had just had their homes built as well. And he walked around the house and, he had this very starchy look on his face. So I already knew something was up. Up in Michigan, they're not afraid to let you know how they feel about so-called black people in certain areas. Okay, we've shared some of our stories before, but of course we know that's all of the country. But anyway, when we ordered the appraisal, and the way it works is you have to pay for it up front. Appraisals are not cheap, they're expensive. And so either way it goes, you have to pay for it up front. There's really not much that, unless you're, of course, I'm pretty sure that there are conversations that are had, and I'll share one of those examples as well. But he just went in, did his thing, evaluated the house, and when he came back with the appraisal sometime, I would say within a week later, a week or two, I can't remember exactly the length of time because they do take time to do. He didn't realize that we were in real estate and that we dealt with appraisers all the time, that we purchased property, bought and sold property all the time, so we knew how the game was, But anyway, this guy came back with an appraised value of our home that was way, way less than what we already knew it was worth, what our neighbors already knew it was worth. We've had conversations with our white neighbors during that time, and they were shocked at some of the treatment we were getting when we explained it to them. They were shocked as if, are you really serious? And it's kind of funny to me that sometimes white people act as if they don't know these things are happening, and they're shocked by it. But anyway, let me tell you what happened. When this appraiser came back with that appraised value, let me tell you, I just, something happened. I told him, I said, you know what? And I was very blunt with how I said this. I said, you're doing this because we are black. I said, we know what this house is worth. We know what the values are in this area. We know because we are in real estate. We've been in real estate for a while. And we deal with appraisers and appraisals all of the time. We deal with comparables. We know what a comparable market analysis is. We know what this is, and you are lowballing us. You're doing this because we are black. I said this straight to his face. And let me tell you what, this man, he just went into explanation mode. He started saying all this stuff. Well, I've got black friends, and I'm not racist. I mean, he just went into this thing and stuttering and everything, and I'm just sitting there looking at him. When it comes to stuff like this, family, that's why a lot of people are shocked at the way I am now, because I used to be shy a long time ago, right? But all of that stuff wore off as I became an adult, right? And so I told this man, period, point blank, you're doing this because we're black. And he stuttered so bad with trying to, and then he comes back and says, well, I could possibly get the value to around this amount and blah, blah. I said, I know you can. You know, he could have did it from Jump Street, but he didn't think that we knew what the house was worth. He thought we were so stupid we were just going to pay him all this money. I believe at the time appraisals were $250. And he probably thought we were just going to pay him all of this money and let him jerk us around like this with a bold appraisal, and we already knew the value. But these are the kinds of things that happen in this country, and many times it goes unchallenged because many of us are afraid or we don't know, you see. But I am not afraid to challenge these people when they try to discriminate and just treat you so bold. Now, I know everyone is, not going to do that, and everyone doesn't have the courage to do that. But hopefully, hearing my testimony, you will. And even with this lady, she took it all the way to the press. I mean, it's in the news, and that's what we're talking about it, because she's like, I'm not going to be quiet about this. We can't be. When these things happen, we can't be silent. And that's what I chose to do. I chose to speak out, and I challenged him on it. And how come all of a sudden you were able to magically get us a higher value? This is because you could do it from Jump Street. But again, that is the fabric of this country. We keep talking about this, but these are the things that are happening in this country, and we've got to be aware that they are happening and know how to deal with them accordingly. Know how to deal with them accordingly. But anyway, I'm done with this story. For those of you who want to look it up, it's on the Griot, and it's a story of course, we know in this situation it was an interracial couple, so there was a lot more going on in that case. The fact that she was a black woman, she's a black woman and her husband is white. They just X'd out the white portion and said, look, we're focusing on her. Why are you with her? And I'm not saying that any of this took place, but who knows what was going on in his mind. He saw this, or he or she, I don't know if the appraiser was a man or a woman, but they saw this couple, they saw this beautiful home, and they said, you know what? We're going to throw a monkey wrench into what you're trying to do, because they usually know that you're trying to take care of some very important business dealing with an asset that you own. They usually know this. And I have another story that I may share in another video where we've had so many just crazy experiences dealing with real estate and different people and different groups. One more short story I will share is about an appraisal. We had an appraiser who he told us, he was a white guy, he was real cool, and he said sometimes they will do things for a white customer. He told us from his own mouth. A whole other appraiser told us with his own mouth that they will do things for a white customer that they won't do for blacks. Not he himself, because he was very kind and fair with us, this particular appraiser, but he was telling us how the game is played and how they will work numbers and do everything within their possibility for a white customer that they won't do for a black customer. As a matter of fact, they will knowingly lowball you so that they can mess up the deal. That's sad and unfortunate, but it is what it is. And so I just wanted to share this with you all. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share and like this video. And with that, I am out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.